And it's another exciting time to be able to talk sport right here on the authoritative voice. Of course, it is Von Sports Update, and of course, it comes straight to you right in the Federal Capital Territory. We are in a day where we'll be talking about the Super Eagles game that will be happening as they will be looking forward to qualifying for the FIFA World Cup 2026. How about the National Youth Games that just wrapped up in Delta State, Asaba? For the very first time, it has been hosted by the Oi City of Asaba. Ladies and gentlemen, you also want to look into the weekend action, the magic, of course, the Super Scotty moment. And how about Chelsea coming back to winning? And a lot of people will be talking about how Real Madrid were able to take the summit at La Liga. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back. It is an absolute opportunity to be here and talk sport in the most amazing, exciting, and fun way. Of course, I told you earlier that we have a whole lot planned for you in this particular edition. Of course, my name is Sean Pablo, and I will be your guide. But I've got two incredible individuals who will be helping me making this a roller coaster. First off, by my left is a regular, one who really has been given so much in-depth analysis when it comes to sports, and I'm sure he's got so much as well today. Mazino Dixon, producer, of course, of the sport, the Von Digital Media. It's a pleasure to have you again yet
My
here.
great pleasure, Sean Pablo. Always great to be here.
Oh, surely.
And you really look kitted up with Super Eagles jersey.
Oh, we got a big green.
Yeah.
And joining on the show today, ladies and gentlemen, he will be making a debut, but he is no man who makes a debut when it comes to the stable of sport with Von Digital Media. He is the chief editor, ladies and gentlemen, Chidi Nwoke.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Can't wait for us to get started already.
Oh, talk about getting started. And
Yeah.
Arsenal got started. After
Boys made me so proud.
You need to see the way he celebrated when Arsenal won that game.
I lost my voice yesterday. My boys made me so proud. I've never been prouder of the boys. You know, even though we had our star player Saka out of the match.
Yeah.
You know, Rodri was missing 2 for Man City, De Bruyne, and no excuses. Bring your 11, I bring my 11. We'll show you how it's done at the Emirates.
And of course, in this show, and we will bring that conversation to you in a very short. But very first, let's get to the first assignment of the new minister. Talk about Senator John Owen. It was able to dispatch a successful one there for the National Youth Games, which of course Delta State haven't won the right for 4 years straight to host the very first edition. Came to an absolute success, and we have the very top 10 state as they all wrapped up. Talk about in 10th position, Plateau State were able to get 5 gold medals, 4 silver medals, 6 bronze medals to make it 15 in total. River State finished in 9th position with 6 gold medals, 16 silver medals, 13 bronze medals for 35 medals in total. Anambra State were in 8th position with 7 gold medals, 6 silver medals, 9 bronze medals for 22 in total. And FCT, the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, our city, was able to make it in 7th position, winning 11 gold medals, 10 silver medals, 16 bronze medals, 37 in total. And in the 6th position is Ogun State, who will be hosting the next National Sport Festival come next year. And they were in 6th position with 11 gold medals, 12 silver medals, 9 bronze medals for 32 in total. And in 5th spot is Kwara State, the city that has been hosting the previous editions of the National Youth Games. They were able to finish in 5th position with 13 gold medals, 14 silver medals, and 9 bronze medals for 36 in total. And talk about the 4th position, Bayelsa State, finishing 2nd at National Sport Festival just last year. We were able to finish 4th at the National Youth Games this year, winning 20 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 16 bronze medals for 43 in total. And in 3rd position is Edo State. Edo State finished with 21 gold medals, 15 silver medals, and of course 17 bronze medals, for 53 in total. Why, surprisingly, Lagos State boosted massively in second place by winning 21 gold medals, 19 silver medals, and 21 bronze medals, for 61 in total. And the champions, undisputed. You have to really, you really have to roll. Delta State will never stop being absolutely amazing when it comes to sport in Nigeria, winning a total of 51 gold medals. My, oh my. And we got about 34 for silver medals and 31 for bronze medal. The only team, or rather the only state in Nigeria that were able to surpass 62 medals in total. They got 116. Mazino Dixon, this is your hometown. Let's start with you.
Absolutely. Well, like I've said on this show, and another for us, that Delta State, there is a policy for youth sports at all levels. For years, virtually every local government has had a little stadium, so that at least they are engaged in multiple sports. So what that means is that they tend to focus on sports where you have individual performances being the mainstay, so that by the time they go for sporting events like athletics, like boxing and other events, they now excel. You notice that when it comes to athletics, the bulk of our athletes, at least a certain percentage, tend to come from Delta. And it's from those local government competitions that they discover this talent across the state. It doesn't matter where you are from in Nigeria. Once you are resident in Delta State and you have the ability, you are considered a Delta, you can represent the state at any level. And I'll say kudos to the state government for continuing in that tradition of excelling in youth sport and the National Sports Festival. And I hope they can extend it consistently so that other states too can also replicate, or where possible find where they have that comparative advantage, so that they too can contribute to Nigeria's sporting advancement. Yes.
Well, it's really not a news when you come to Nigeria and talk about sport. It all started when 1 million naira was on the cards for every gold medal, every single gold medal. And at the time, we had some athletes who would take 5 gold medals, and that was just 5 million naira. And it went on, and it's now gone into 1.5. But Chidi, let's look at the performance, not just of Delta State now, but then let's look at the performance of the new sport minister. Talk about Senator John Owen Eno. I mean, this is the very first official assignment, and it was a massive success. How would you really rate the body language? How would you rate the facility?
Yeah.
How would you?
The body language is amazing. What he has been doing, he has been visiting old sporting facilities, old stadiums, just to look at the progress, what's going on, what needs to be done, how can we make it better. He's going around with sports personalities, not just people in government. So basically, so far so good. He has been doing well so far. He has been reaching out to even people who are no longer into sports, trying to get them back, because for Nigeria to progress in the sporting sector, we need our former heroes in sports to come and guide us. So I believe the minister has been doing well so far. He is also supposed to he has been appearing in some major events going on in Nigeria, just to boost that event and all that. So I think he's doing well so far. Kudos to him so far.
Well, kudos to the new sports minister, who also set an example when it came to being able to stay around the game. He is the first minister who has decided to situate his office right there in the stadium.
And I must say this, I love something he did, how he came out to support Nigerian athletes in the case of Osimhen.
Yes, absolutely.
Osimhen with Napoli, with the issues going on with Napoli, and also Toby Amusan, our world record holder. So he came out to speak in their defense in terms of when our Nigerian athletes are not treated right internationally, wherever they perform. So I like that. And not just them, he also talked about other athletes all over the world and in Nigeria too. So I like the backing he's giving our athletes all over and across the world. It's very good.
Of course, very, very good. Great backing, great advocacy to make sure the Nigerian athletes stay at the top of that game. And from that, we will be moving straight to event we just wrapped up over the weekend. Talk about the second Japanese Ambassador Karate Championship. It was a factor event, or rather a factor 6 event, where athletes are being graded nationally. I mean, it came down for what it was, and at the end of the day, we were able to see 19 states participate. 4 agencies were also able to be there. There were a couple of bouts in the strata base. We all in a race to winning the title. Liverpool dropped point away from home at the Amex Stadium as Brighton and Hove Albion were able to come back. Lewis Dunk said, no, we weren't going to let this go, and they were able to pick a point from that game right at home. 2-2, it wrapped up right there at Amex Stadium. And the big one, which of course I'll be bringing in Chidi, afterwards, Arsenal were able to magically pull through since December 2015. My oh my, they were able to win Manchester City for the first time in almost 8 years. Do we need to clap for Arsenal right now?
I felt like a proud father. I felt like I've never seen Arsenal boss a Pep Guardiola. You know, like Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. I've not seen Arsenal boss them that way. Everybody, it wasn't just a one-man show. Everybody was perfect on the day. From the goalkeeper, though he had a few scares in the first half, but from the goalkeeper to the defense, to the midfield, to the attackers, everybody was perfect. But I want to give a special shout out to Declan Rice. Yeah, he was amazing. He broke up every attack Man City had, and to Saliba.
But you mentioned Declan Rice. I mean, it was a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
And there was still available.
I had rice that day. I had white rice. Honestly, I think we need to give West Ham an extra 20 million pounds.
Oh, yeah.
I put a call. Immediately the final whistle went, I put it through. It called
through to you.
It was everywhere. Oh my God.
Going crazy.
I am so
It had to be.
I could feel it from the phone, from the other end. I was like, wow, like this must mean something to Arsenal fans. And really, I must say, Arteta has finally come good. He has come up against his own mentor, and he has succeeded in beating him at his own game. Some will say, okay, Man City, they did not have Rodri, they did not have KGB, that's Kevin De Bruyne. But Arsenal also did not have Saka. So you can say that it was kind of balanced. And on the balance of play, Arsenal were better. Simply put, they had to win, and the win was very well merited.
But again, I think this all started last season, even before Rudy Garcia came on. According to what so many fans are saying, that when Napoli won the league, Osimhen scoring a total of 27 goals in 32 matches. I mean, practically the whole world saw him as the one who lifted the club to winning their first Serie A in 33 years. But it was Krascavelia who was crowned as the Diego Maradona of this. And I thought that kind of had a way of tearing the team apart, because when you move away from the obvious truth and then you bring in something that is quite arguable, different, and then you naturally will create camps, because people will not start having a little bit of this and that and talks.
That was the first mistake Napoli made, crowning the Georgian instead of Osimhen, who basically they worked together, they paired together so well, but the star man was Osimhen. When Osimhen was injured in the Champions League, the Georgian couldn't do anything on his own. I know if Osimhen was in that match, they would have probably knocked AC Milan out. Another big mistake they made was, although he left for personal reasons, losing the coach, Luciano Spalletti, who was amazing for Napoli. All his years of, he has had so many trials in Serie A. When he was Roma coach, he has suffered at the hands of Juve, Inter, AC, but now at Napoli, he found his home, found his team, found his backroom staff, and they blew Serie A away. And they lost him for personal reasons. Then the Osimhen debacle, that whole video, definitely is affecting Osimhen's, though he has shown
professionalism at the top level, the toughest of levels. He has still been
playing well, but there's no way it's not going to affect him one way or the other, because he too is human. He's not getting the love he feels he should get from his beloved Napoli. And he has been in contract talks with Napoli, and I know this is going to blow everything out the window, because he won't sign a new contract with the club. and you'll be looking elsewhere. So it's just all going wrong for Napoli at the moment.
Absolutely.
Well, the president of Napoli Football Club, talk about Aurelius De Laurentiis, of course, came out to say that Osimhen would sign a new contract, or rather, it's an extension. He's quite confident about that. Meanwhile, Chelsea internally have been going into the
truth is, fans from that part of the world, they don't have that patience like English fans. English fans, I give it to them, they are loyal to their players, except things are really, really bad. If he goes to Chelsea, trust me, the fan support alone, all Osimhen needs is support on the pitch and off the pitch, and he will deliver. And the best destination for him is Chelsea. It will pain me as a Liverpool fan, but I'll say it.
Mike Zeno is the Liverpool fan, of course, just made it clear.
Absolutely.
So that is the disclaimer. We are not saying Osimhen go to Chelsea, because Real Madrid fan might just start coming for us right now and say, we are Galacticos. We know how to treat you all better at Bernabeu. But of course, Osimhen, I like ability for him to move in January. And from there, let's take you straight to the Nigeria Professional Football League, where we are having
you know now the title changed, so now it's known as the Nigeria
Premier League, of course.
Yes.
So right now, Sporting Lagos, they are topping the charts.
The chart just newly promoted.
You know they call them the noisy Lagosians. That's their epithet. That's their cliche.
I think we're up for a very exciting season in the MPFL this year, with so many new initiatives coming up to support the league when it comes to viewing the games, following the games. So I think we're going to get an amazing season in the MPFL this
Absolutely.
year.
Of course. Of course, it's an amazing time to also talk Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's tell you that the week 2 started off with Bendel Insurance, the Benin Arsenal. The Benin Arsenal made it a flawless feat for 2-0 at home over Shooting Stars, and of course Doma.
Did you see the second goal by Insurance? No, look, I'm not. You just go to our YouTube channel.
Our YouTube channel.
Yes, you see the highlights. Look, the player, he took the ball from the Shooting Stars from the middle, ran through, did as if he wanted to pass to the winger and took a wicked shot. It's one of the best goals. But frankly speaking, Bendel Insurance, I give it to them. It's their first match. Remember, they have an outstanding match against Eyimba. That's another of my favorite teams in the Nigerian league, and